Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 5, Episode 23. DJI Mini 3 Pro is here. Yes, we're going to get to that here in a little bit. Top off the show. I chatted a little bit with Marcus today. As most of you know, he's under the weather. He's in the hospital right now. He's not in any pain. They're running more tests. Possibly may need to have surgery. So please keep Marcus in your thoughts and prayers. We would greatly appreciate that. Marcus is one of the best drone guys out there. And he's almost as good looking as me. So what can I say? Anyway, I hope that brought a smile to your face, Marcus, if you're watching it tonight. So, and our thoughts and prayers are with you, and pray that you can get home so you can go ahead and bug Sarah, the crap out of Sarah at home and not in the hospital. That's where we all want you. So anyway, got a lot to talk about tonight. Believe it or not, it's been busy, and we're gonna get to this here in just a little bit. Got a lot to go over. Want to welcome everybody. Dr. Ted is in the house. Johnny Drone Flyer's here. Let's see who else. JSK Enterprise, Drone Views Media, Zach Key, Captain Ray Kelly, Akarasho, Drone Views Media. Let's see, Lauren's in the house. Maddie's in the house. Flying Flynn Media, Jaybird's in the house. Johnny Drone Flyer's here. Let's see who else. Quadcopters and Tech is in the house. Good to see you tonight. Bill Thomas is in the house. Welcome, Bill. Let's see who else we got. Just want to go through. Art is in the house. Welcome, Art. Good to see you. Drone Shots is here. Mr. Stephen Ewing is here. Thank you, as always, Stephen, for showing up. We appreciate that. Leonard Oglesby is here. Welcome, Leonard. Good to see you. Just going through the list. We got a lot here tonight. All right. This is good. This is very good. DWE UAVP is in the house. Let's see who else. Joe Unfiltered is in the house. Michael Doknovich is in the house. Welcome, Michael. Wayne B is here. Okay. All right. I think I covered everybody. All right. Wow. That was a mouthful tonight. Great turnout, guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. There's only nine likes there. Let's get that up to 42 right now. As many of you guys are in there. All right. Like I said, got a lot to talk about. First thing I want to talk about tonight is the Fimi Smart Controller. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here because there actually is some pretty good information on this. So let's go ahead and get that up here to share with you guys. All right. It's called the Fimi TX10. Rock Link 10-kilometer transmission, 5.5-inch 1080p high brightness screen, Qualcomm octa-core SoC HDMI output. And guess what it looks like, okay? All right. As most of you guys know, I bit the bullet and got a DJI RC Pro, and yeah, we're not going to say too much on the appearance of that, but it does look nice. Okay, let's take a look here. 4G cellular network, Wi-Fi and GPS, Type-C fast charging, HDMI output, compatibility. And it doesn't really. It's a 10-kilometer low latency HD digital and graphical transmission system. There's a picture of it right here. It says it's 10 kilometers, 1,000 nits. That's a really good number there. I mean, that's gonna be very bright out in the sun. So that's a good thing. They did their homework well with that. Qualcomm octa-core CPU, Android 9.0, open source software and hardware architecture. Okay, that's good. Okay, that means with open source, that means that developers can go in and put out apps and be able to sideload them here. So that's a really good thing here. You can see there's possibilities that they have lined up here. 4G and Wi-Fi. Fimi TX10 has a built-in 4G cellular module with tri-mode access, supporting a nano SIM card and 2.4 and 5.8 gigabyte dual band Wi-Fi network for faster and more stable transmission. The built-in GPS offers more compatibility with location-enabled apps, which is a good thing. Output port. You see there's a micro SD slot, HDMI slot, external microphone jack here. There is a microphone built into that, so I assume that'll be used if you do a screen recording. ergonomic design. There's a thread on the bottom for accessories and a tripod. Joysticks, they look the same as just on the DJI RC Pro. Customizable buttons, cine, normal, and sport modes for the drone. Charging and battery life. 4,800 milliamp hour lithium battery allows for 2.5 hour charging time. Battery life is up to 4 hours. Test data are based on the maximum screen brightness. Battery compartment on the back of the controller can accommodate an extra 7.2 volt, 4,800 milliamp lithium battery for a longer battery life. Okay, that's very interesting to note down there. Multiple Fimi TX10 controllers can simultaneously receive image transmission from a single drone, making teamwork more efficient than ever before. Okay, that's interesting. And here's some other data. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here in the chat so you guys can go ahead and have that. Let's get that in there for you guys. And also make sure to put that in the description. Currently, right now, it's going to be sold on AliExpress. I checked with my contact from Fimi. It is quote unquote released, but not released yet. And there's no pricing information. They don't have that available. They told me as soon as it's available, they will send me an email. So stay tuned for that. This is exciting. Okay. You know, smart controllers are exciting. Smart controllers are the way to go. Yeah. This comes from the guy. Oh yeah. You need to get, we all know what happened with my experiment with the tablet. Okay. And how well that worked for me. But no, this is a good way. This is a good thing. And hopefully, I mean, from what I've seen and we saw last week, we talked about the 2022 V2, and Steve did a review from a Captain Drone, and all in all, it wasn't too bad of a review. So stay tuned for this. I'm excited about the smart controller. I think it's a step in the right direction. That's a good thing to see that another manufacturer besides DJI and besides Autel, because Autel has one too, is going in that direction in the consumer drone space. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be a whole lot more on that to come. Okay. Now, a lot of you saw that I reviewed a Holystone HS720G. Okay. I really did. Okay. I bit the bullet. They asked me, I said, sure, why not? Okay. It's a GPS drone, 4K. Why not? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm not going to run the video for you. One thing I would highly encourage you guys to go ahead and watch my video on this. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Now what I'm going to share for you right here. Okay. Obviously that's the app, but this is the image from the drone. And I have to say this, okay? For a $299 drone, the things that impressed me were it was stable. It took off. After it took off and it hovered and it really didn't wander around a lot, okay? Which really impressed the daylights out of me, because I remember when I had that good old Xeno, and it was just, toilet bowling all over the place, okay? This thing stayed in place, all right? The other thing, the app was very straightforward, very easy to use. It was very easy to find out how to do a compass calibration. It was very, very, very good. I really like that. And look at the image quality here. The image quality was good to what I say very good, all right? Rivals some of the other less expensive drones, but still, all in all, for a $299 package, it's a pretty good deal. But there's an Achilles heel with this, okay? And those of you who saw the video already know what the Achilles heel is. And I actually went out to some Holystone groups, okay? Great people who really like this drone, all right? They have a following, okay? They have a great following here. But the problem is the range on this. And this is something that they've talked about in some of the groups on Facebook that I went out there to talk about. I could not get this to go more than 500 feet before a return to home kicked in. A loose transmission signal, return to home. and I tried it in a couple of different areas. I adjusted the antennas, still the same thing. And this has been reported. And I've actually talked with my rep from Holystone, and they say they know that this is a problem. So make sure your antennas are extended correctly. And I have fresh batteries in the remote because it runs off of AA batteries in the remote. And the remote was straightforward too. And hooking up the app, to Wi-Fi, there was no problem there whatsoever. I had no issues whatsoever. Take a watch on that video, okay? I think it's actually, let me know what you guys think. Please drop a comment on that video. Watch the video and drop a comment in there, because I think it's worth watching, because they're just a little bit of ways from having a really good $299 drone, which I could recommend. Okay, if you want it for your backyard, this is fine, because with a limit of 500 feet, you're not going to get a whole lot more than that. But maybe for a young kid, not a bad drone to start with. So definitely go ahead and take a look at that and see what you get. Okay, with that. Michael Wright is in the house. Welcome, Michael. Glad you're here tonight. Yeah, Maddie. Yeah. I agree. They talked, and from what people told me on some of the groups, could get about 1,500 feet on this. Would be the max you can get. But as you saw right there, 500 feet. But go ahead and watch it. And the one thing I encourage you to watch it and look at the video quality on there. I was very impressed. For a $299 drone, this has really good video quality, and everything else worked on it well. Compass calibration, getting it up in the air was easy. The return to home, not precision landing, but it wasn't that far off the mat when it landed. So take a look at it and see what you guys think. Okay. Highly encourage you guys to go ahead and do that. All right. Well, the Action 2 Cam is on sale, and it is a great price. Let's go ahead and bring that up. DJI Action 2 Cam power combo falls to new all-time low of $279. Regularly $399, $120 off. Guys, that's crazy good. All right. I'm not getting one, but for that kind of price, that's pretty doggone good. Let's see. DJI is now offering its Action 2 power combo for $279 shipped. Also matched at Adorama. Down from the usual $399 price tag. Today's offer is marking a new all-time low. We last saw it sell for $320. If you're looking to get the most out of the Action 2, spending some of your savings on the companion remote control extension rod certainly seems worth it. This accessory delivers a versatile upgrade to your kit. Takes the form of a tripod, extension rod, or more, with an included remote for controlling the DJI Action camera remotely. So let me go ahead and drop a link to this article. Again, these articles are all, I have them in Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and page. So you guys are welcome to check it out. Definitely, if this is something that interests you, that's a great price. Okay. $279, $120 off. And it's also signals, unfortunately, they're not selling real well. So with this kind of a drastic price cut. So this is why they've kind of cut that down here. But again, it is a good price. It's something I would encourage you guys to take a look at. Now we're going to have a little not really commercial interruption, but most of you guys know, I think I showed it last week. I'm not 100% sure. DJI RC Pro. I got a little story to tell you. Okay. Now I got this one from Amazon. All right. Because it's not available on DJI's website. It's not even back order. They're showing it's not available right now. Got this from Amazon. Okay, got it next day. I love it. Amazon has an awesome return policy. Okay, now the first one I got from this, and let me tell you the story behind this. All right, charge it up fully. Okay, no problem. All right, I signed into my account. It did the update for the controller, did the update for the Fly app. All was good. 2 days later, I hadn't touched it because I'm working during the week. And, I really don't have a whole lot of time after work to go out and fly. I'd love to, but I might make an exception tomorrow night with the Mini 3. But, okay, 2 days, didn't touch it. I go to power it on, 65% battery. I hadn't touched it for 2 days. Now, I went out there and I saw there were some people that had some issues with that. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go ahead and send it back and ask for a replacement. I ordered it from B&H, okay? And I got a little lesson with B&H, guys, okay? What B&H does is they will not ship you out a replacement, okay, number one. Number two, they won't credit that they received your item until it's actually there, okay? I mean, like actually in the house, okay? Like actually receive it. Amazon, on the other hand, if you do a return with them, as soon as UPS scans it, guess what? Okay? It's good to go. You don't have, they give you credit for your item, okay? This didn't make it back, my one from B&H, until today. I sent it back, what was it? Wednesday last week, all right? They were real prompt on getting me a return label, which wasn't a problem. Oh, and the other part of the story is this. Well, you can go ahead and order another replacement. Oh, okay, so I won't have to pay for it? No, you do have to pay for it, but you'll get credit for your other one when your return comes in. Time out, B&H, okay? Time out. I'll buy some little stuff off you guys, but for the big ticket items, I'm going to go with like somebody like Amazon or DJI. DJI has a pretty decent return policy too, but Amazon has a fantastic return policy. And that's why I do a lot of business with them, because if it's something I don't like, I'll know I'll be able to return it. So that's where we're at with that. I just thought a little segue here, a little commercial break about that, but I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot. Okay. I like it a lot. And I think going forward, I think this is the way to go, DJI. Okay. This is the way to go going forward for your drones. Okay. Have one with every drone. And we're going to get to the Mini 3 here Pro in just a little bit. Ron should be joining us at the bottom of the hour. So just to let you guys know that. Oh, you're welcome, Paul. And Fly Zone Drones in the house. Welcome. Okay. Onward and upward. Okay. Now, it appears that there are some DJI FPV goggles for the DJI Avata, if you want to call it that. I probably botched the pronunciation of that. So, but we're going to take a look at it here. Now, this article was on Drone DJ, and again, it's in Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and Facebook page. So let me go ahead and share the screen here with you guys. And there's supposedly what it looks like, okay? A photo of the DJI FPV goggles for the rumored Avata drone has leaked online. The CineWhoop style drone is expected to release in July. Leaker Deals Drone shared 2 new images over the weekend that show the DJI Avata drone and the FPV goggles the product is expected to ship with. The new goggles look considerably smaller in size than the FPV goggles V2 that comes with the DJI FPV drone combo. They also seem to feature only 2 antennas compared to DJI FPV goggles V2's omnidirectional antennas. DJI has maintained that having 4 antennas is necessary to support left-hand circular polarization, as well as to strengthen signal receiving and communication between the DJI FPV goggles RC and Air unit. While we'll take the newly leaked image with a grain of salt, it'll be interesting to see how the new goggles stack up against the immersive experience assured by the V2. Okay. So there's no pricing, no other information is available on it except, for what you see here in this article. So You know, stay tuned. It's coming in July sometime. You know, July's just around the corner, guys. And hopefully, it'll ship on time. All right. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. All right. That is all I'm going to say on that subject. Now, last week, you know, the main topic of conversation was a firmware update for the Mavic 3. Well, lo and behold, a lot of people are reporting. Now, I haven't had a chance. Like I said, we'll just call it work. Okay. You know, I did get a drone up this weekend, but it was the Holystone because I had to do that, get that review done. Okay. GPS issue fixed? Well, it kind of looks like it is, guys, because I know a lot of people out there. And then, of course, there's this article from Joan DJI Mavic 3 GPS issues seems to be fixed. A new 700 firmware update. With just a few days left, DJI met its promise to release a firmware fix. The Mavic 3 slow GPS acquisition within 2 months of the previous firmware fix. While all of us would like to have seen this issue never show up in the first place, but it's fixed, and the Mavic 3 is pretty much feature complete now. Mavic 3 on new firmware shows much quicker home GPS lock. We're able to test the firmware out today after installing, give the Mavic 3 a few hours to be in a completely cold state. When we start up the drone with a fresh battery, it's able to connect to 11 satellites to produce a home point lock within a minute, much faster than we could do over the last few months. We don't blame you if you're saying, I'll believe it when I see it. So here's a screen recording of our test. Please note, I did this test in my backyard, which is under Class C airspace, so I could not fly the drone, okay? So we're not going to do that. We confirm this is also happening with other 3 Mavic 3 owners in different regions to ensure it just wasn't us. While it isn't instantaneous like previous DJI drones, it's far better than the 5 to 7 minutes we saw before. The fastest we saw on a cold start was 30 seconds, okay? So DJI carried through here, okay? It wasn't mentioned as part of the firmware update. They'll have in there, they'll throw in the catchphrase miscellaneous updates and fixes to ensure top performance for the Mavic 3. Okay. Some phrase like that will be in there. But that's where that is. All right. That's where that is. All right. Well, you know what? The Mini 3 Pro is here. And guess what we're going to do? A first on Build a Drone Reviewer. Now, I've done live unboxings before, but never on Rotor Talk Live. This is a first for Build a Drone Reviewer for Rotor Talk Live. So there we go. All right. I'm going to get rid of the graphics there. There we go. Here she is in all her glory, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. Sorry, I profusely apologize for that. Isn't this exciting? I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just itching to get this bad boy out. Now let's go ahead and take and the controller. Feels lighter than the RC Pro. I can tell you that right now. Go ahead and get this open. And they always put the adhesive they put on here is just insane. So it is a little. Obviously, it's smaller. Let's put them up here side by side so you guys take a look at them here. I kind of have to do it side by side for you guys to see this. And let's look at it from this direction and from the back. Very nice. DJI did a good job with this. All right. Soon we got the obligatory manuals and owner's information here. We also have the cable to charge it with. And spare props and a screwdriver. So there you have it, the unboxing of the Mini 3 Pro. And not to be outdone here, okay? We're also going to take a look at the Flymore combo, okay? I'm going to indulge myself here. So, yes, it's here, okay? I'm just like, I'm still pinching myself. UPS dropped it off. I was just like, wait a minute, okay? This is a movie. It's not real. So let's go ahead and do that here as well. Flymore Kit Plus. And as you know, everything comes inside the case. It's a nice, DJI always makes a nice case for these, okay? I will say this, and as far as like day travel is concerned, I think it's fantastic for like a day trip, like in your car. But for, you know, flying somewhere, I'm probably gonna get a hard case. There's Mr. Brown. How are you, sir?
Hello, Bill. Hello, everybody out there in the chat. Good to be here tonight. And Bill, I heard a rumor in the grapevine that you got a little package, a little UPS delivery today. The Mini 3 Pro.
It is here. It's in the flesh, and it's just like I kept telling everybody. I'm like, this isn't real. Okay, I feel like this is an episode out of the Twilight Zone. Okay, somebody's DJI's pulling my chain here. Okay,
the drone that was never going to arrive.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Ron.
Johnny, where's your Mini 3 tonight?
Man, I think Bill, I think that had my address on there, Bill. How did you get that?
Now, Johnny, at one point you did have tracking for it to arrive today, but it got pushed back, correct?
Yeah, it's in Memphis now. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. And I think DeMarco's tomorrow. I think, yeah, it's coming. But I think Bill got, you know, I thought we was going alphabetical order here.
Well, you know, Bill's got a bigger channel than you do, so he got
absolutely
prioritized. You know,
hey, it's exciting. I can't wait.
Well, good. Are we doing a live unboxing, Bill?
I'm doing a live unboxing, Ron. I've never done it on Rotor Talk. I've done live unboxings before, but never on Rotor Talk. Okay.
Now, Bill, is that the extended life?
These are the extended life batteries here.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I was just going to say this, okay? You know, I kind of wish I wouldn't mind paying another $75 more and have them ship a third battery with this.
Why waste that space, Bill?
That'd have been nice, okay?
Yeah, but how many? Billy told us last night that when they give you that battery estimate, he saw it up in the 50s one point. How much estimated battery life? Bill, you may not be able to fly 4 batteries with that thing.
You're probably right, Ron.
You ain't lying, because Billy said you're definitely getting the 42 minutes out that thing.
Yeah, Billy.
Well, yeah, I watched that last night, and I'm like,
flying.
Wow. Okay,
Johnny, you could film that new pad of yours all day with that.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I could watch them hammer the nails. You know. Yeah.
You could just put the drone in the air, turn hyperlapse on, and walk away for.
No, they might throw a 2x4 at that drone or something. You know.
And that's a big advantage, Johnny, because Johnny and I have that little Nano, and the battery life's only average on that. Would you agree, Johnny? The battery life's just average.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, and we talked about that. Yeah, it's not. But hey, you know, Billy. You know what Billy said last night about that Mini 3. He loved it, and he literally it could be the only drone you own. So, Bill,
right,
there you go.
Right. What you see in there, Bill? You got your extra props and all that.
Yeah, we'll see. They hid. There's another hidden pouch.
Oh, yep.
And here's where the other props are.
There's your props.
In the cable.
Your screwdriver in there too.
Yeah, it's in what the top cover of the case. There's a zippered compartment.
Now, Bill, did you get a full set of extra props or more than that?
It is. Okay, I got 2 sets of props here.
So, Bill, was that 2 packages or 1 package? I mean, did it come separately?
Oh, Bill got a lot of props.
Yeah.
Nice. You only get one.
Okay, there's 2 in each one.
Standard kit.
Yeah, there's a foot. Yeah, there's 2 in each one here. So,
good.
So there's there's a full set here, and then there's the cable with this too.
Is that a USB-C? The USB-C?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a USB. No, USB. It has
the A and C.
the A and the C.
Yeah.
So
now, Bill, did you get the charging brick with that, or you have to provide your own?
No, I'm just going to use. I figured I'm probably going to use the one from the Mavic 3 for it.
I've already tried it, Bill. It works perfectly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Bill, the day I first got the Mini 3 and I charged everything up, I think it took less than an hour and a half to charge the drone battery and the controller up using the Mavic 3 charger. I even used the USB-A on the Mavic 3 charger. Remember the one that would not charge your smart controller up? Remember when you first got it? Well, guess what? It does charge the DJI RC controller up.
Okay.
Charge out and charge it quickly.
That's good. That's good. Well, okay.
Eric got his at 3 p.m. today.
I was telling everybody about this. This is my second go around with the RC Pro. Okay.
And that won't is that the one that won't charge up, Bill?
No, I sent that one back.
Okay.
And I learned my lesson with B&H Photo. Okay. All right. Now, B&H was real prompt to send me a return label, email me. I mean, it was like instant. Okay. But here's what they said. I said, okay, so you'll send me a new unit. No, here's what we do. We wait until you get your unit back completely. Okay. Then probably 2 to 3 days processing, and then you can order another one. So I told her, I said, so you don't automatically send a replacement? Well, no. Well, if we did, we'd have to charge you again. And I'm like,
geez.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
and that's
okay.
B&H?
Yeah. And I'll buy small ticket items off of B&H, but you know what? Large ticket items off of B&H, not going there with them. Okay. Because I still haven't received the credit from it. They got it today, but it hasn't shown up. So I don't have the credit for it yet from B&H. So I'm like, sorry guys, I'll spend maybe $100, $200 on an item, but I'm not going to spend $1,200 on a controller and have you guys, no, because, think about this. I got mine off of Amazon. All right. Now what happens with Amazon is, and you guys probably have experienced it, is when it gets scanned by UPS, you get your credit.
Yeah.
It's done. It's a done deal. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of on customer service from B&H.
Yeah, if it happens to get lost or something, you really out,
Oh yeah. So I'm like, as far as that's concerned, but I'm excited. I mean, I crazy busy work day today in the middle of it, and that's what's nice about working from home. Okay, knock on the door, guess who's there? The UPS guy, and I'm like, oh my, you just made my day. Well, it was supposed to become between 2 and 4. And it got here about 11 a.m. today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was pretty doggone pleased about that. So no complaints whatsoever.
Now, did you get the same kind of set that Philly Mike got? You got a kind of a bigger box, and then you had the drone and RC in one box, and then you had a separate box with the Flymore. Is that what yours looked like?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I had two separate boxes, and I thought, and that's great because. And that's the thing to do. Oh, and I wanted to pass on something to everybody, and I'm not sure, the people know about this, but if you purchase DJI Care Refresh when you buy your drone, it's automatically bound to that drone. You don't have to go online and do that. I found that out today. So I think that's something it might drive you crazy if you're trying to do it and you bought it like I did, bought them together at the same time. It's automatically bound to your drone, so you don't have to do that. So
you mean that's if you bought the drone and the controller together?
Yeah, if you bought if you bought the drone controller, whatever combination. If you bought the drone and the normal controller, or just the drone by itself and Care Refresh, okay, it's automatically bound to the drone.
That's the way I purchased it, but they don't. But I'm glad you point that out there because that's never stated clearly, and it's never quite clear how you would buy them if that wasn't the situation either. So, and it's hard to find much information or much videos on that whole binding issue.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there, but I did see some verbiage out there, and it's where you go ahead and you have to manually bind it. Like if you buy Care Refresh after the fact,
right,
and you want to bind it, it says out there, there's it's italicized. And I sent Ron a screenshot of that today. So, I mean, that's good information to know, because otherwise you could drive yourself crazy trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because and the big thing, Bill, with what the last couple drove with the Mavic 3 and the Mini 3, now we had that flyweight protection too, included with the carry refresh.
Yeah, and that's fantastic to be able to have that. That really is. So I'm really, all in all, I'm really pleased with that. I think that's a good thing. One of the things that I wanted to comment on, and I did watch part of your show. Billy could not have Billy's always a great guest. It was wonderful watching him last night. But my gosh, the boy is in love with the Mini 3 Pro. Okay. He infused so much praise for that. It's just like, I heard him say something in effect like, for my work product, the Mini probably do just about everything for my job. I'm just like, wow. Coming from him, that's a wow. Okay.
Right. Somebody that, not that he didn't like the first Mini 1 or 2, but he didn't go as gaga all over the first couple minis as a lot of us did.
Yeah, because it took a lot to get him off the Air 2S. He loved that drone.
Yeah, he even still, when we said that, remember when you brought that up, Johnny? He still professed a lot of love for that drone also.
Sure does, yeah.
Yeah, and what amazes me is, you look at the video quality from and I've watched a lot of videos on the Mini 3 Pro, and the video quality from there, it's just like, wow, it just jumps out at you. But I think the thing to remember here, and a lot of people are going to try it and they're going to be disappointed. Okay. It's going to be okay in low light, but it's not going to be great in low light. All right. And I think that's something that people need to remember, because you don't have a Mavic 3 here, guys. Okay. So you can get those great sundowns with a Mavic 3. You probably won't get them with a Mini 3 Pro, depending upon how much light there is out there. Okay. Because of the cameras, because the cameras are basically inherent. They are different. So I think that's important for people to understand.
You got the Sunset King right there, Ron Brown,
Yeah, I mean, I in that one video, the one thing I posted a video from, and I flew for a couple minutes over that ballpark after the sun had set over the horizon. And, it looked good. I'm not going to tell you it was as good as the Mavic 3 or better than the Mavic 3, but, put it this way, it's worlds better than the Mini 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say it's closer to the Mavic 3 than it is the Mini 2 as far as low light.
Okay. That's, and that's what I'm anxious to hear.
And remember, Bill, even though we don't have the sensor size in the Mini 3, we have a much wider open aperture, that 1.7 on the Mini 3 versus the 2.8 on the Mavic 3. In fact, that when you first fly that, Bill, that aperture is so much light and Giant too that, man, your shutter is at 1/2000 to compensate for that wide open aperture. So you go from all to the Pro settings and you got a white screen or whatever, and to dial your that aperture way up there. So this is going to be a drone where I'd advise almost everybody to get not only ND filters, but maybe even get the polarized ones, because you really block a lot of sun on this if you're flying this in bright daylight conditions.
We'll see. And it's good. I'm glad you brought that up today, because, it was 98 here today. I don't know what it was like for you, Johnny, but it was
93. Yeah.
98. And that UV index was off the charts today. It was so high. Well, we go up, we have a, clubhouse up there, and we have a restaurant on our complex. And, we'll go up probably a couple times a week to grab a quick burger or whatever. So we go up tonight, and I looked at Valerie. I'm just like, we're sitting inside. We're not, because you can sit outside by the pool. I said, we're sitting inside.
Hey, Bill, can I interrupt for a second? Can you post Marcus's last post?
Yeah, Marcus just
very good news. It's about 4 comments ago. So he's had that nose tube in since he got in the hospital to remove the bad stuff that was, I'm going to say the stomach area. So now he hadn't had anything to eat or drink, I don't think, or since he got in the hospital. Except
he's got to get home to open that box. He's got to get home to open that Mini 3.
Yeah, so he's going to have one more night in the hospital. He can come home tomorrow and fly that Mini 3. So that's the best news I've heard all day, Bill.
Yes, I would agree. Okay, I would absolutely agree. Just to digress for a quick second, okay? I have a prescription medication, okay, and I'm allergic to the generic equivalent of it, all right? Well, I go to refill it at my pharmacy, and they said, well, you have to call your doctor's office. I called the doctor's office up and said, no, we've sent it already, so it's fine. So I called the pharmacy back up, and what they tell me, oh, the claim's been denied, or the claim's still processing, so you got to call insurance company. So I called insurance company up today. Long and the short of it, okay, they said there's an equivalent medication you could take that would cost less, so we're not approving it for right now. And I'm like, time out, guys. I said, I went through this rodeo last year with you, and you guys told me, I told you, I said, my doctor wrote a note, I'm allergic to the generic equivalent, okay, I can't take it, all right. Mm-hmm. And I was on the phone for 2.5 hours with them today.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I was like, you could have cooked a steak on my head. That's how that's how that went. Okay,
you need a new blood pressure medicine, huh, Bill?
Yeah, blood pressure. It's exactly what it is. It's blood pressure medicine. Yeah, and it's just like so. And listen to this, okay.
They're trying to test it.
Digress for a second. I said, can you get me a couple of, can you get me 2 or 3 until we can get this mess cleared out? Well, yeah, sure, but you got to pay out of pocket. You can't pay insurance because we haven't. So you know how much it cost me for 2 pills for this?
I hate to ask, Bill.
$40. $40
Wow.
for two of my pills. Okay, and this is medication I can't be without. And that's what I'm trying to tell these people. I'm like, look, guys, I know you're. Well, this is going to happen every year. It only lasts for a year or so. Okay, all right. Well, why don't you guys tell me about a month in advance? Hey, this is coming up. Go. We need your provider to approve this again. What would it take? Rocket science? I don't know.
That seems too easy.
Anyway, I digress too much here on that. But we're very happy to hear you're doing better, Marcus. Very happy you're going to be coming home. And I'm sure Sarah will be thrilled for you to come home and bug the daylights out of her. So that is just.
I wonder if, since Marcus is feeling a little bit better and you got the tube out, I wonder if Sarah would have brought him the Mini 3, whether they could have opened up the window to his room and he could have flew it out over the parking lot.
Yeah.
All that hospital equipment in there, I wouldn't have tried it. No, thank you. No.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to get that compass calibrated where all that.
Yeah, it would be spinning around and around.
Most of those hospital rooms, Ron, you can't open a window,
But I want to share with you guys.
I guess they don't want this. I guess they don't want the suicide people jumping out. Huh?
Well, what's real interesting is I did a review on the Holystone HS720G. All right. And what's really funny about it is not really funny, but the app was easy to use. It was stable up in the air. It had like an auto takeoff, like the DJI drones do, and it didn't fishbowl like the Xeno did. It kind of stayed right there. And then the video quality was good to very good. I was really impressed with that. The biggest problem with that drone, I couldn't fly it more than 500 feet, lose transmission signal. Oh. It's Wi-Fi. That's why. But
no occupancy free on that baby, huh?
Yeah. I went to some of the Holystone groups, and they said, yeah, that's kind of a problem with that drone. You're supposed to get up to 1,500 feet, but most everybody said a lot of times it won't go more than 10 feet, and they'll have a problem with that. So I feel kind of fortunate I was able to get 500 feet, but it flew well. And what it did for return to home was real interesting. Okay, and I documented it in the video. Instead of how DJI will flip around, okay, it backs up. It doesn't turn around. And return to home, it was only like a foot or two off of the mat where it was. I was, for not having, precision landing, I was pretty impressed with that. Good. So all in all, for a $300 drone, and if you want to fly it around, it's the kind I'll recommend fly around in your backyard if you want to do that. Okay, that's what it's good for.
Hey, we covered this story a little bit last night, Bill, and I got more confirmations today. Our good friend Brian Singleton over at what's Brian's TDR sent me a big link today. Bill, did you realize that Hubsan US has basically the Hubsan reseller in the US, they're going out of business, running a big going out of business sale, and you kind of wonder why that happened. But then Hubsan has merged with EXO drones based out of Utah, I believe, and they're going to be the exclusive reseller of Hubsan drones in the U.S. And I believe that even a lot of the current EXO drones are basically rebranded Hubsan drones. So they've really made like a strong partnership between those two companies. And Exo drones has real customer service, and you can send stuff back to if you have problems. They take returns, so that could be a real good partner for a company like Hubsan, Bill.
Yeah, that's real interesting. I hope that pans out. I hope it does, because they kind of need some stability. All right. Because, and we said about it, we've talked about it before ad nauseum on the show about Hubsan. Okay. They push things in same with Fimi. They push them ahead of time. These mini drones, they push them too fast. Okay. If they had taken their time, look, okay. This thing was probably worked on as soon as the Mini 2 came out. They were working on this. Yeah. Okay. Hubsan, they probably spent about 3 months, put something out there, and it's like, all right, guys, you can tell. And it's the same thing with Fimi. All right.
Hubs has a new drone on every time you look at look at it.
Yeah.
Now, Fimi's a little slower on getting Fimi they just keep redoing the X8 over and over again. But did you cover yet? You sent me that link about the new Hubsan. I believe is it the X10 or something?
The X10 is the name of it.
It does have 1,000 nits. We wondered about the nits. It does have that golden 1,000 nits that we all want out of our smart controller.
But it's also interesting, and I noted too when I went over it tonight and we're talking about it, there's a place for a SIM card in it. You get a carrier, you can end up have a 4G signal to it, which is very interesting.
Like the little the Parrot, the Nafi Enterprise drone has.
Yeah, this is real interesting. So kind of stay tuned. Now my contact had a Chinese holiday, okay? Because I emailed Fimi last week, and they came back to me, and I got an automatic reply. We're away for a holiday for 2 days, and then I finally got an answer today. Here's the link. Right now she said it's available on AliExpress, but it's not out there. I said we'll be posting a price and when it's available in just a few days, but it will be on AliExpress. So,
hey guys, have we found out what the golden ticket is for?
Well, I had the golden ticket the day I met Valerie, so that's all I'm going to say. So,
yeah, sorry. And Johnny, all I can tell you is there was no ticket on my box. I searched thoroughly.
Yeah. I noticed since the drones are coming in, I thought we found out what that golden.
Well, maybe there's only one ticket, and maybe it's in your box, Johnny.
That could be, Ron. I hope I know tomorrow. I don't know. DeMarco's is getting his. We got a little bet on who's getting it first.
You actually don't want to hear me tell you about the golden ticket, because if it did, that means I would have it, and I may be the only one, but I don't have it.
Yeah. Hey, we'll find out.
Yeah,
but no. If you look at, I think it's the website. They talk about the ticket and they say it's give you discounts, but they don't say exactly how you find this ticket.
Yeah, it's one of those mysteries.
It's hard to find information about this ticket than it is the shipping date for your drone, and that's pretty.
Yeah, I think Michael Wright did. Somebody said something about maybe it was July something. I don't know, Michael. He's got
the ticket's delayed, Johnny.
Yeah. The ticket, you're gonna get the drone first, and then a ticket.
Will you get tracking for your ticket?
No.
Okay.
Johnny Michael posted the info on Drone Nation Facebook group.
Well, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can bring that up. So hang on a second here.
Golden ticket.
A golden ticket. Let's see what this is all about.
Melody says it's the Willy Wonka, the golden ticket. That's what I think too.
Everybody's getting the Mini 3s. A bunch of people got it today. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're shipping now, Johnny. You'll have it for you're having for the show tomorrow night, right?
I called a UPS guy about an hour ago, and it's like, "Hey, dude, you got anything for me?" He said, "No."
Golden ticket for those who ordered.
Tell him he's got to have it on set for tomorrow night's show, Johnny.
I hope so.
Hi there. Thank you for your interest. Once you purchase any one of the 3 DJI Mini 3 Pro combos, DJI Mini 3 Pro, no RC, DJI Mini 3 Pro, or DJI Mini 3 Pro, DJI RC from DJI Store before 2400 May 13, 2022, and do not cancel order or initiate a return service, you will obtain 1 golden ticket 2022. DJI Golden Ticket can be redeemed for exclusive rewards on the upcoming DJI Day 2022. Note, Your golden ticket will be revoked if you cancel your purchase or return the product.
Right, but the thing is, they say you will obtain, but they don't tell you how you will obtain it. Will it be in the
My
box?
guess is you'll probably get
How
an
do you
email
obtain
from
this
them,
ticket?
Yeah.
or it'll be out on your if you look on your order status, they might post something out
It's
there.
basically some kind of DJI bug, so a little discount on something, you know.
Well, we all know, okay. And I remember I love Bill Thomas. I remember him when he was looking to get a discount when the smart controller came out.
Because he had that coupon. He had the accessory coupon.
He had the accessory coupon, and it was not pretty. And Bill was right. Bill was 100% right on that. Okay, there was no reason we shouldn't.
Well, but Bill, tell him the truth. What happened is he had the accessory coupon. The smart controller was listed under the accessory tab on the DJI website, but when he called up to talk to somebody there, they said, "Well, it's not an accessory." He said, "Well, it's listed under the accessory tab on your website." And
it's not a cheap accessory. It's a high price accessory.
That's a very high price accessory. That's for sure. You know, I saw somebody put down here in the comments, so no chocolate. Okay, Willy Wonka.
That's not somebody. That's Scott Nadeau from Minnesota.
Well,
hey, Bill, you'll like Scott. He's a big hockey fan.
Oh wow, okay.
Hey, I heard the Canadian team didn't do too well in the Stanley Cup there, Bill.
Yeah, well, they got Edmonton was out. They got swept 4 games by Colorado. Colorado's in the finals. Yay, Art. Okay.
Well,
I know
Art. No Canadian teams won the Stanley Cup in a long time, Bill.
It's been a long time. Well, you know who's in it right now. For in the Eastern Division, it's the Bolts against the Rangers. And I'm rooting like crazy for the Bolts, okay? Because that's like my hometown right now. So I wouldn't mind.
The Rangers are the ones that eliminated the Penguins, I believe.
Yeah, it was 7 games. That was pretty.
They caught the greatest comeback ever. Yeah,
and it was 7 games against the Hurricanes too. So I'm hoping the Bolts will win again and tie it up and just take the series from them. That's what I'm hoping for. So crossing my fingers. I'd like to see them back in the finals again. So, but yeah, this is good news. We found out what the golden. Kind of fun. Yeah. Michael, thank you for posting that. Okay. We appreciate that.
Michael got his drone today too, I believe.
Really?
I think so.
Now, is he at home or is he still in Idaho?
I think he is still in Idaho, I believe, Ron.
So he got his drone at his house, but he doesn't have it in his hands.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was and by the way, if you guys get a chance, and I know you two probably have watched it, but the video Marcus did with Dr. Ted and Michael Wright, watch that video. It is golden. It is just absolutely priceless.
Mike sent me a message. You know what happened to Mike? Why he couldn't get his Mavic 3 up in the air? He said because when he tries to change the binding on the smart controller from the Air 2S to the Mavic 3 or back and forth again, it's giving him fits.
That problem. I've had that. See, I had that happen. When I had my Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 and the original smart controller, and I tried to switch back to the Mavic 2, it would give me fits doing that.
Mike says in the chat he's still in Idaho.
But he did get it to fly though, right, Ron?
Yeah, but I guess when he went to switch back to the other drone, he had the same problems all over again.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Bill, have you got the Mavic 3 up in the air since it got that used firmware update last week? I'm
gonna be getting it up probably tomorrow night. I haven't had a chance to.
You got 2 drones you have to get in the air now because Bill, that Mavic 3 update is so big that it's like you got a whole other drone now. It's like a whole new drone.
And I'm also going to be testing out the smart new RC Pro as well too.
So Bill, the drone reviewer is going to be working overtime.
I'm really busy. Okay. Well,
Bill, just take tomorrow off. Bill, just take tomorrow off.
I pretty much will. Okay. I've told my boss. Okay, because he knows I'm getting close to 65, and I told him, I said, well, I'm probably going to work till probably 66. So that's probably going to be another 1.5, 2 years kind of a deal, but I've already got plans for when I've retired. Okay. Because we're going to have Build a Drone Reviewer, and then Build a Drone Reviewer Limited Edition is going to become Build the RC Reviewer. Okay. And I'm working on getting some videos for that. Then I'm going to start a ham radio channel as well too.
Oh, wow.
So I told Valerie, I said, I won't have any problems. What are you going to do today? gear. Okay, there's going to be no problems with that when I retire. All right.
So you'll have less free time when you retire than you do now.
I will, and I'll love it. I'll absolutely love it. Although I won't be getting the kind of paychecks that I would like to get, but okay.
Well, not in the beginning, not until those channels hit their peak.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, I already got 300 subscribers on Build a Drone Reviewer Limited Edition, so that kind of helps. And I'll still be doing drone reviews on that channel as well. It's just you're going to see like RC cars, RC planes, RC boats, that kind of thing on there. Kind of like, well, spice it up. And then ham radios. I think I'm toying around with a name called Ham Radio Basics because I want to keep it simple. I want to keep videos like 5 minutes or less because my wife brought up a good point. You have a video more than 5 minutes in length, people have a tendency to lose interest real quick. Yeah. So you want to try to shorten that up. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the ham radio channel. And I got a lot. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. This is real interesting. Okay. Now I've never really had a lot of good luck with AliExpress. All right.
Our friends over at AliExpress.
It's not. Yeah, it hasn't been good. But this is a portable antenna right here. Oh, wow. Okay. For short wave, for like high frequency, for like overseas. It's in a kit. I mean, it's like it has its own handle case, and I got it off of AliExpress, and it was.
How long did that take to come in, Bill?
It took 5 days.
Oh wow!
They're good unless they're shipping drones. Then they take 3 months.
Well, yeah. Well, see, I also ordered. It came DHL. But I paid like $35 for extra, faster shipping on that. So wasn't going to come over on a boat. But I was pretty impressed with the speed of that. I thought that was pretty good.
Hey, Bill, not to change subjects on you, but did you hear that little leak that Billy told us last night? You remember this part, Johnny. He said that he was testing some beta firmware for, I believe, the Mavic 3. And he said he was under NDA on this, so he can talk about it. But in there, it was it was compatible. It made the Mavic 3 compatible with the DJI RC from the Mini 3.
Ooh.
It was in there. That's why I say it's going to be on a final version, but it was in that version.
Well, see, Billy's right because I tested the beta firmware for the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 with a smart controller. Okay, and you sign an agreement with them, but it's not really kind of like an NDA. So you could talk about it ad nauseum because I asked them that. I said, "Can I talk about it and do videos?" They said, "Sure." Well, it's still in beta. I said, "Sure, go ahead." And I did a bunch of videos before it became live.
But that beta, it might not make the final cut, or they could take.
It may or may not. Yeah,
that's the only bad thing.
Yeah. See, and that's one of the things they said. Make sure you tell all your viewers that this is a beta version and not production, so they have an understanding of that. But that's really interesting to hear. But what I'm hoping for, is that this will be backwards compatible with the Mini 3 as well. Okay. Right. Because a lot of people don't realize, you want to do screen recordings and things like that with this. Okay. You need an SD card as a must.
Yeah. Put an SD card. I won't even do it without an SD card. Yep.
Yeah. There's no way you can do that. But one of the things that right away that and having both of these right here, is how much lighter this is than the RC Pro.
Yeah, yeah. It's considerably the one hand that new controller.
Yeah, I mean, this will not. You'll not get fatigued having this in your hand.
Johnny, you're gonna love that new controller when you get it tomorrow.
But and guess what I got from Drone Valley, our good friend Rick. Okay,
oh, you got their lanyard kit.
Got their lanyard kit. I'm gonna buy a second one so I can, because I got one for the RC Pro. I'm gonna get one for this too.
So Bill, you had the triple tech though, didn't you, for a while?
Yeah, I did, and I sent it back because it was too heavy, John.
Just heavy, yeah.
It was just too heavy. Now I got this too from Rick. I want to show you guys. A screen cover.
Oh.
For the
RC Pro.
Yeah, and it has right where the joysticks are, so it protects the screen.
Where'd you get that from, Bill?
From Drone Valley.
Oh, nice.
I bought it from.
How much was it?
It was like $4.95. It wasn't expensive.
Very affordable. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very affordable. And I got to say this, okay? Not because I'm a fanboy of Rick, which we all are fanboys of Rick, but Rick has some really good products out there, guys. I strongly encourage you to go out there and look at them, because he has a lot of great accessories out there. What he sent us a new car charger, okay, and it was, I think, said, I don't know how many watts, but it's not available.
That top USB-C will do 65.
But do 65. He can't find one out there, so he knows people in China, and he had them make him one so he could sell that on his website, okay, with a fast charge capability on it, which I thought was awesome.
In other words, if you got a drone like your Mini 3 or the Mavic 3, and you were driving to locations, like say you were a professional, say you would drive an hour between shoots, you could probably top that off pretty good with that 65-watt charger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen that review. Well, when he does it, all those products.
Well,
he's got some great, and they all high quality stuff made.
Even the USB-A is pretty powerful, and it's another USB-C in the bottom, and all of them have pretty good wattage on them. So you could really charge your phone up, a tablet, a laptop, a drone, especially if you were on a kind of a long drive, or say an hour drive or something.
If you were driving out to the Snake River Canyon, say,
or you were making that road trip from Hammond all the way to the South Florida drone.
Oh yeah, you could charge a few batteries.
Yeah.
Well, another one of our C. Mark White from over in the UK. He's a ham radio enthusiast too, so that's good. That's good to know. Well, it's great. I've already been on a couple of shows, ham radio shows, because they were interested in using drones with ham radio. And there's actually a video out there. And it's really cool. What I got with the original Mini, he tied an antenna to the bottom of the Mini, okay? An end-fed, it's called an end-fed half wave. Took it up about 100 feet in the air. He got on his radio, crystal clear.
Wow.
Great reception with it, okay? Which I thought was fantastic. Huh. Then another use, what a guy did, with a Phantom 3, he hooked a bait and release system on the Phantom 3, and he flew up over a tree, and he flew over a branch, and he dropped it was like a paracord with one of those weighted balls on the other end, dropped it over, and it went down all the way down to the bottom. And the guy pulled it up, and he had his antenna 100 feet up in a tree, okay? And the other thing you could use drone for is, there's a lot of guys have towers, okay, at least 50 to maybe 100 foot. You can use it to inspect the towers as well, so you don't have to go climbing up there all the time. So.
He needs that new Fimi drone. The Fimi, you got that little drop system, doesn't it, Ron?
Yeah, right, that drop system actually works.
And the speaker, yeah.
The drop system actually works because Steve, Captain Drone, demonstrated it.
Yeah.
The loudspeaker, not so much.
Yeah. Well, the key. I said it right. Speaker. You said loudspeaker. It's a speaker. It's just not loud.
Yeah, it's just not loud at all. That's for sure. So
yeah. I mean, if it was flying right overhead, you could use it.
Yeah. So, Ron, any closing thoughts for tonight?
I'm so pleased that you got your Mini 3 in finally. You got your Flymore kit, and Johnny and DeMarco will be getting theirs tomorrow. And Marcus is, of course, is at his house now, so they're finally starting to hit. They're finally starting to hit the United States. They're finally getting in the hands of people that paid their own hard-earned money to get them. So that's what I like to see. And people in the chat said theirs are coming soon. So. Good. Michael Wright, I think his is there. So it's finally over. We can stop talking about the shipping woes and start talking about the actual drone and what it can do now. So it's a good day, Bill.
It is. It really is. Johnny, any thoughts?
Yeah, just thank you for having me. And we had a great. It's been a great run talking about all these drones. Hey, Ron, what would we be talking about if we didn't talk about this the last couple of months about the order process and what's going to be on the drone? Of course, Billy. Now everybody can pretty well confirm. So, hey, the Mini 3 is going to be a lot of fun. Hey, get out there and fly. It's great weather. Of course, it's a little hot, but hey, it's fly what you have. If you don't have that drone, hey, fly what you got and have fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. Johnny's right, and I'm just going to echo the sentiments of Ron and Johnny here. A lot of people are starting to get them now, which is great. Charge them up. Yeah. And here's a caution for everybody, okay? Because I know you're anxious to get out there and fly it, okay? Do your updates, do your compass calibration, do your IMU calibration.
Yeah.
And just do the calibrations because, Lauren.
And do them in the air condition.
Yeah. When you're sitting in an air-conditioned house and not out in your car or out in the sun and baking, okay? And I got to thank Lauren for this. He said, there's some things you should need to do before you even step outside with your drone. The compass calibration, IMU calibration,
Sure.
if you had a standard controller, calibrate the controller as well. Just dot all your I's, cross all your T's, make sure your batteries are fully charged, make sure your controller's fully charged, okay? Take all the stickers off your drone. That's probably a good thing to remember as well, because some of them might interfere with your drone as well. But just to have fun, dot your I's, cross your T's, go out and enjoy yourself, okay? Have some fun. And
go through your settings, make sure you put your return home height at a safe distance for wherever you're flying at.
Yes. And also, you may want to put your label on if you're flying over 249 grams.
I was gonna say, if you have the extended life batteries like Bill, you better get that. You better pay your $5 to get your label.
Get your label and get it on there. That's a very important thing as well. So
now, if you have the sub 250 gram model, and you're not a professional, this Joe doesn't have to be registered.
It won't apply. But thank you, Lauren, for those tips. Those are always good. And the best news of the day, Marcus is coming home.
Yeah.
Okay? That's fantastic. We're so thankful for that. We've been praying for you and wishing you lots of good thoughts, and we're so happy to hear that. So that personally has made my day. So guys, even more than getting this, okay, because this is inconsequential. Friends matter a lot more than physical things. I learned that a long time ago. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your evening, and remember, it's always a good day to fly. Take care, everybody.